Hello there. I am Dr. Sandra Lee, and today I want to speak directly to those of you who are working hard to protect your health, especially if you're managing diabetes or concerned about your kidneys. I know how confusing and even discouraging it can be to figure out what to eat. So many foods are loaded with sugar or hidden carbs, and for people over the age of 55, every bite matters more than ever. But what if I told you that there are certain foods that not only taste great, but also have almost no carbs, no sugar, and are perfectly suited for supporting both blood sugar and kidney health? These are not just low-carb fads or trendy snacks. They are real, whole foods with powerful nutritional value that your body craves. In fact, adding just a few of these to your regular meals could make a real difference in how you feel, sleep, and move through your day. So stay with me. I will walk you through 9 of the healthiest foods that contain little to no carbs or sugar, and explain why they deserve a place on your plate. Let's begin. 1. Eggs, the perfect nutrient package. Let me start with one of the simplest and most misunderstood foods, eggs. For decades, eggs were blamed for raising cholesterol, and many people were told to avoid them. But science has shown us something very different. Eggs are not only safe for your heart, but they are also one of the most complete low-carb foods you can eat. One large egg contains about 70 calories, less than 1 gram of carbohydrates, and 0 sugar. But don't be fooled by that small number. Inside that little shell is a treasure chest of nutrition. Eggs provide high-quality protein, which helps you maintain muscle mass as you age. They also supply essential vitamins such as B12, which supports nerve health, and choline, which supports brain function and memory. Now let me speak directly to those of you managing diabetes. Protein and fat in eggs help slow down digestion. That means when you pair eggs with other foods, they help prevent blood sugar spikes. That's incredibly important, especially in the morning when your glucose levels can fluctuate the most. And here's the best part. Eggs are versatile. Scrambled, boiled, poached, or baked into a frittata with spinach and mushrooms. They're easy to digest, filling, and support both kidney and metabolic health. If you're dealing with chronic kidney disease, you can even opt for egg whites, which provide protein without excess phosphorus. So the next time you wonder what to have for breakfast or a light dinner, don't overthink it. A couple of eggs, cooked gently with a little olive oil or avocado oil, could be exactly what your body needs. 2. Salmon, healing fats for your heart, kidneys, and blood sugar. Let's continue with a food that comes from the sea, but brings healing to your entire body, salmon. Now I know some of you might not be huge fans of fish. Maybe it's the smell, or maybe you just haven't found the right way to prepare it. But let me tell you why I always recommend salmon to my older patients, especially those with diabetes or kidney concerns. First, salmon is extremely low in carbohydrates and contains 0 sugar. That alone makes it a fantastic choice for anyone watching their blood sugar. But what makes salmon truly remarkable is its abundance of omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats have been shown to reduce inflammation, improve cholesterol levels, and support blood vessel function. That's key, because people with diabetes are at higher risk of heart disease and poor circulation. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Omega-3s help reduce a harmful substance in the blood called triglycerides, which are often elevated in people with insulin resistance. They also protect the tiny, delicate filters in your kidneys from inflammation. That's why omega-3s are often recommended for people with early signs of kidney disease. Salmon is also rich in vitamin D and selenium, 2 nutrients that many older adults are lacking. Vitamin D helps regulate calcium balance and supports immune function, while selenium is a powerful antioxidant that reduces oxidative stress on the kidneys. When it comes to preparing salmon, keep it simple. Bake it with lemon and dill. Grill it with a touch of olive oil, or flake some cooked salmon over a salad with avocado and leafy greens. You don't need fancy recipes or sauces. Let the natural richness of the fish shine. And here's a tip. If fresh salmon is expensive or hard to find, canned wild salmon is a great alternative. It has many of the same benefits, including those healing fats and minerals, and it's budget-friendly. Salmon is a healing food, one that can help quiet inflammation, steady your blood sugar, and protect your kidneys from future harm. If it's not already in your weekly routine, consider adding it even once or twice a week. 3. Eggs, a simple, complete protein that supports muscle, blood sugar, and brain health. Let me now bring your attention to a food that has been both celebrated and misunderstood over the years: eggs. As a physician who's worked closely with aging patients for decades, I can tell you confidently that eggs are one of the most complete, nutrient-dense foods you can eat. And for people over 55, they are especially valuable. Here's why. Each egg contains high-quality protein with all 9 essential amino acids. That means it provides everything your body needs to repair tissue, build lean muscle, and keep your metabolism strong. As we age, maintaining muscle mass becomes harder, but without strong muscles, we lose balance, strength, and even insulin sensitivity. Eggs help with all of that. They are low in carbohydrates and contain no sugar, so they won't spike your blood sugar, and in fact, the protein and fat content can actually help stabilize it, especially when eaten with other foods. Now let's talk about the yolk. This is where the real magic lies. The yolk contains vitamin D, B12, choline, lutein, and zeaxanthin. That's a powerhouse combination. Vitamin D supports your bones and immune system. B12 helps with red blood cell production and nerve function. And choline, which many people have never heard of, is essential for brain health, memory, and even liver function. In fact, choline deficiency is linked to fatty liver disease, something we're seeing more often in people with type 2 diabetes. Lutein and zeaxanthin are antioxidants that support vision. For those of us getting older, protecting our eyes is a top priority. These 2 nutrients concentrate in the retina and help prevent age-related macular degeneration. And here's something beautiful. Eggs are versatile. Scramble them with spinach. Boil them and slice onto a salad. Poach them over sautéed greens, or just enjoy a soft boiled egg with a pinch of salt and pepper. Quick, affordable, healing. If cholesterol is a concern, I want to reassure you. Current research shows that for most people, dietary cholesterol in eggs does not significantly raise blood cholesterol. In fact, moderate egg consumption, around 1 per day, is generally safe and beneficial for most older adults. Eggs are easy to digest, easy to prepare, and deeply satisfying. They give your body what it needs without overwhelming it. If you're looking for a food that supports strength, brain clarity, and blood sugar control, eggs are a humble but powerful choice. 4. Spinach, the leafy green that feeds your muscles, bones, and kidneys. Now let's shift from the simplicity of eggs to the vibrant green power of spinach. Spinach might seem ordinary, but for those of us over 55, it is anything but. It's one of the most nutrient-rich, low-carb, no-sugar vegetables you can possibly add to your plate. And trust me, your kidneys, muscles, and bones will thank you. Let's begin with magnesium. Spinach is one of the richest natural sources of this essential mineral. And what does magnesium do? It helps relax your muscles, supports nerve function, and balances your blood sugar. Without enough magnesium, many people experience cramps, fatigue, and even anxiety. If you ever feel your legs twitching at night or find yourself waking up too often, it could be a sign of magnesium deficiency. For diabetics and people with insulin resistance, magnesium plays another critical role. It helps your cells respond better to insulin. In fact, studies show that increasing magnesium intake can improve fasting blood sugar and reduce A1C levels over time. That's huge. But spinach offers more than magnesium. It's packed with potassium, another key mineral for regulating blood pressure and muscle function. Most people with kidney issues or high blood pressure are told to monitor their potassium. But the truth is, in appropriate amounts, potassium helps ease the strain on your cardiovascular system and balances the effects of sodium. Spinach also contains folate, vitamin K, and iron. Folate helps with red blood cell formation. Vitamin K supports strong bones and helps prevent fractures. And the iron in spinach, especially when paired with vitamin C-rich foods like bell peppers or lemon juice, helps prevent anemia and fatigue. Now let me address the question I often hear from patients. Should I eat spinach raw or cooked? The answer is both, but lightly cooked spinach can offer more absorbable nutrients. Cooking reduces the oxalates, which can block calcium and magnesium absorption. It also makes spinach easier to digest, especially for older adults with sensitive stomachs. Try adding spinach to your scrambled eggs in the morning. Toss a handful into soups or stews. Steam it gently and drizzle with olive oil and lemon. Blend it into smoothies, or saute it with garlic as a nourishing side dish. Spinach is naturally low in calories, has no sugar, and is incredibly hydrating due to its high water content. It supports digestion, helps cleanse the blood, and strengthens the kidneys without overloading them. If you're managing diabetes, kidney health, high blood pressure, or simply want to maintain energy and mobility as you age, spinach should be a regular guest at your table. 5. Cauliflower, the white wonder that supports your gut, brain, and blood sugar. Let's continue our journey with a vegetable that might look humble on the outside, but works like a true superhero on the inside. I'm talking about cauliflower. Now, if you've ever been told to eat more cruciferous vegetables but weren't sure where to begin, let me introduce you to one of the easiest, most versatile, and healthiest ones out there. Cauliflower is naturally low in carbohydrates, contains almost no sugar, and is incredibly rich in compounds that support blood sugar balance, digestion, and even brain health. Cauliflower belongs to the same family as broccoli, kale, and Brussels sprouts. But unlike those stronger-tasting cousins, cauliflower is gentle on the stomach, easy to chew, and takes on the flavor of whatever you cook it with. That makes it ideal for older adults with digestive concerns or changing taste preferences. One of the biggest health benefits of cauliflower lies in its fiber content. Fiber is essential for healthy digestion. It feeds the good bacteria in your gut, keeps your bowels regular, and slows the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. That means fewer spikes and crashes in energy, and better blood sugar stability throughout the day. Cauliflower also contains sulforaphane. That's a natural plant compound known to reduce inflammation and support detoxification pathways in the liver. For people with diabetes or kidney disease, reducing inflammation is critical. Sulforaphane has even been studied for its potential to protect brain cells and reduce oxidative stress in the body. Worried about weight gain or cholesterol? Cauliflower may help with that too. Because it's low in calories but high in fiber and volume, it can help you feel full longer without adding excess carbs or fats to your meals. This makes it a great base for dishes that would traditionally use rice, mashed potatoes, or even flour. You've probably seen cauliflower rice or cauliflower crust pizza, but you can also roast it with turmeric and olive oil, steam and mash it with garlic, or turn it into a creamy soup. The options are endless and deeply satisfying. Here's something else worth knowing. Cauliflower is rich in choline, a nutrient often overlooked but essential for brain and nervous system health. Choline supports memory, mood, and muscle control. For aging adults, especially women after menopause, this is incredibly valuable. When eaten regularly, cauliflower can gently support kidney function without adding to the workload. It contains antioxidants and water that help flush out toxins, reduce fluid retention, and keep the urinary system flowing smoothly. So whether you're managing chronic illness or simply trying to eat smarter, cauliflower delivers big benefits in a gentle, delicious package. 6. Cabbage, nature's detoxifier and blood sugar stabilizer. Let's keep going with another cruciferous gem that has been a staple in kitchens for centuries: cabbage. Now I know cabbage might not sound exciting, but hear me out. This leafy vegetable has some of the most powerful health benefits, especially for those of us in our golden years. Cabbage is nearly sugar-free, extremely low in carbohydrates, and yet packed with fiber, vitamins, and natural plant compounds that your body will thank you for. I often recommend cabbage to my older patients who are managing diabetes, kidney issues, or trying to maintain a healthy weight without sacrificing flavor or nourishment. One of the standout features of cabbage is its sulfur-rich compounds. These include glucosinolates, which the body converts into other helpful substances like isothiocyanates. These naturally help the body fight inflammation, eliminate toxins, and may even help reduce the risk of certain types of cancer. Cabbage is also rich in vitamin C, which supports your immune system, and vitamin K, which is essential for bone health and proper blood clotting. For seniors, especially women who may be dealing with bone thinning or bruising easily, that's an important bonus. But the real magic of cabbage lies in its impact on digestion and blood sugar control. Just 1 cup of chopped cabbage contains about 2 grams of fiber and almost no sugar. This fiber helps slow down the absorption of glucose into your bloodstream, which helps you feel full longer and keeps your energy steady. Many people with diabetes struggle with blood sugar swings after meals. Cabbage can be your ally here. It supports a slow, gentle rise in blood sugar instead of those quick spikes that can leave you feeling tired, jittery, or craving more food. Another benefit is cabbage's diuretic properties. It helps your body release excess fluid, which can be especially helpful if you're dealing with fluid retention or high blood pressure. That gentle support for your kidneys means your body is less burdened by toxins and waste. Cabbage is also incredibly affordable and versatile. You can eat it raw in salads or slaws, lightly steam it, or sauté it with olive oil and garlic. One of my favorite methods is to braise it slowly with apple cider vinegar and caraway seeds. It's simple, soothing, and deeply nourishing. Here's a tip. Red cabbage contains more antioxidants than green cabbage thanks to its vibrant color, so feel free to mix and match them in your meals to maximize the health benefits. At the end of the day, cabbage is a food that respects your body. It supports your digestion, lowers inflammation, stabilizes blood sugar, and helps you feel more balanced without relying on medications or expensive supplements. 7. Zucchini, a low-carb, kidney-friendly powerhouse. Let's move on to another underappreciated champion in the world of low-carb, low-sugar eating: zucchini. This humble green squash is light, versatile, and incredibly gentle on your digestive and renal systems. I've found it to be especially helpful for those managing diabetes, high blood pressure, or chronic kidney disease. Zucchini is composed mostly of water, which means it hydrates your body as you eat. It contains only a small amount of natural sugar and virtually no starch, making it ideal for keeping blood sugar levels in check. 1 cup of chopped zucchini contains less than 4 grams of carbohydrates, and most of those come from fiber. That fiber, particularly in the skin, helps support digestive health by encouraging regular bowel movements and feeding the good bacteria in your gut. A healthy gut doesn't just improve digestion, it supports immune function, reduces inflammation, and even helps regulate blood sugar and mood. Zucchini is also rich in vitamin A, especially when eaten with the skin. This vitamin is important for vision, immune support, and skin health. For older adults, maintaining healthy eyesight and skin becomes more important with each passing year. Another bonus? Zucchini provides potassium and magnesium, two key minerals that support heart health, nerve function, and muscle relaxation. If you're someone who deals with leg cramps at night, these minerals can be particularly helpful. And because zucchini is low in oxalates, it's also safer for people prone to kidney stones. The mild flavor of zucchini makes it incredibly adaptable in cooking. You can sauté it with garlic, roast it in the oven, or spiralize it into noodles as a healthy alternative to pasta. It also blends beautifully into soups and casseroles. One of my favorite tricks is to grate zucchini and mix it into scrambled eggs or muffin batter. It disappears into the dish but adds moisture, nutrients, and fiber without changing the flavor. That's especially useful if you're cooking for someone who's picky or not feeling well. Here's something else I often remind my patients. When your kidneys aren't functioning optimally, you need foods that are easy to digest and light on the system. Zucchini fits this need beautifully. It provides hydration, electrolytes, and nutrients without overwhelming your digestive or renal systems. In a world full of complicated diets and expensive superfoods, zucchini is refreshingly simple. It's available in almost every grocery store, affordable year-round, and quick to prepare. When you're looking for ways to nourish your body without triggering blood sugar spikes or adding unnecessary burden to your kidneys, zucchini is a gentle and powerful ally. 8. Kale, the leafy green that loves your kidneys and blood sugar. Now let's talk about a leafy green that has earned its reputation for a reason. Kale is one of those foods I find myself recommending again and again, especially to older adults managing diabetes or kidney concerns. Why? Because it is nutrient-dense, incredibly low in carbohydrates, and highly protective of long-term health. Kale contains less than 1 gram of sugar per serving and very few net carbs, especially when eaten raw or lightly cooked. Yet in that small serving, it packs an impressive nutritional punch. 1 cup of kale gives you more than 200% of your daily vitamin A and vitamin K needs, plus a strong dose of vitamin C, calcium, and fiber. These vitamins are crucial as we age. Vitamin A supports immune function, skin health, and vision. Vitamin K is essential for blood clotting and also supports bone health, helping to reduce the risk of fractures. And vitamin C plays a key role in collagen production, immune defense, and the absorption of iron from plant-based foods. What's particularly special about kale is its anti-inflammatory power. Chronic inflammation plays a role in nearly every degenerative disease we see in older adults. From diabetes to heart disease to dementia, the antioxidants in kale, including quercetin and kaempferol, help neutralize that inflammation before it takes a toll. Kale is also a friend to your kidneys. Unlike spinach, which contains high amounts of oxalates, kale is low in this compound. That makes it safer for individuals prone to kidney stones. At the same time, it provides magnesium and potassium, which help regulate blood pressure, reduce cramping, and support nerve health. Now, you might be wondering, what's the best way to eat kale if you're not a fan of its stronger taste? Here are a few suggestions I give my patients. Try chopping it finely and mixing it into soups or stews. Massage it with a little olive oil and lemon juice to soften the texture and mellow the flavor. Or bake it into kale chips for a crispy, satisfying snack that's both nutritious and blood sugar friendly. And here's something powerful to keep in mind. Every time you choose a food like kale, you're not just feeding your body, you're feeding your strength, your focus, your vitality. You're choosing a future with more energy, more comfort, and fewer medications. For people in their 50s, 60s, or 70s, adding just one serving of kale a few times a week can have a big impact over time. It can help stabilize blood sugar, reduce inflammation, support digestion, and nourish the kidneys in a gentle, consistent way. Would you like me to continue with the final section of this rewritten script? 9. Sardines. Small fish, big benefits for blood sugar and kidney health. Let's finish with one of the most underrated yet powerful foods for supporting both blood sugar and kidney health. Sardines. Yes, those tiny canned fish that many people overlook or dismiss are actually nutritional gold. As a physician who's guided many older patients through dietary changes, I often say this: don't judge a food by its appearance or packaging. Sardines are incredibly rich in nutrients that aging bodies desperately need, especially when diabetes, kidney strain, or cardiovascular risk is present. First, sardines are virtually carb-free. That means they do not spike your blood sugar, which is a huge win if you are insulin-resistant or managing type 2 diabetes. They are also packed with high-quality protein, which helps stabilize blood sugar by slowing digestion and supporting lean muscle mass. But it's not just the macronutrient profile that matters. Sardines are an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids. These essential fats are critical for reducing systemic inflammation, improving insulin sensitivity, and protecting heart health. Remember, people with diabetes have a higher risk of cardiovascular disease, so including foods that support your arteries is not optional. It's essential. Sardines also bring something else to the table: vitamin D. This is a nutrient many older adults are deficient in, and that deficiency can worsen blood sugar control and immune function. A single serving of sardines provides nearly half your daily requirement of vitamin D, and also contributes to your calcium intake. And for those of you concerned about your kidneys, here's the good news. Sardines contain coenzyme Q10, a powerful antioxidant that helps protect kidney cells from oxidative damage. They are also naturally low in potassium and phosphorus when eaten in moderate portions, which makes them safe for many people with early-stage kidney concerns. Now, I often hear people say, "But Dr. Sandra, I just don't like the taste." I get it. Sardines are strong. But here's what I tell my patients. Try them with a squeeze of lemon juice, a touch of mustard, or mixed into a salad with chopped herbs and olive oil. Some people find them more palatable when served with whole grain crackers or blended into a pâté with garlic and Greek yogurt. These little fish can be your quiet ally. They are inexpensive, shelf-stable, and deeply nourishing. You don't need to eat them daily. Just a can or two per week can improve your omega-3 levels, lower your inflammation, and help you feel more satisfied throughout the day. We often overlook the simplest foods because we're used to thinking of nutrition as complicated. But the truth is, your body responds to what you give it. If you give it simple, healing foods consistently, it will respond with more strength, more balance, and less pain. And that brings us to the end of our list of 9 powerful foods that are low in carbs and sugar, yet rich in healing potential for your kidneys and blood sugar. As we come to the close of this journey together, I want to pause and leave you with something truly empowering. You have more control over your health than you've been led to believe. Every meal you prepare, every ingredient you choose, every small adjustment you make has the potential to protect your kidneys, stabilize your blood sugar, and improve your quality of life. I know it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you've been managing chronic conditions like diabetes or high blood pressure for years. But let me say this, as someone who spent decades in medicine, supporting patients just like you, healing often begins with the smallest, simplest choices. And it doesn't require fancy diets or expensive programs. It begins right in your kitchen. You've now learned about 9 foods that are naturally low in sugar and carbohydrates, yet rich in healing nutrients. From the humble egg to the mighty sardine, from leafy greens to smooth avocados, each of these foods supports your body in a different but equally important way. They reduce inflammation, support insulin sensitivity, and relieve the stress on your kidneys. And the best part? They're affordable, accessible, and easy to prepare. As you move forward, I encourage you to focus not on perfection, but on consistency. Maybe you start by adding spinach to your dinner plate a few times a week. Maybe you swap your sugary snacks for a boiled egg or a few olives. Maybe you give sardines another try. Each change you make sends a message to your body. It says, I care about you. I want to feel better. And I'm willing to take steps to get there. Now, before we part ways, I want to remind you of one more thing. You are not alone. So many others are walking this path beside you, trying to make sense of their symptoms, trying to find hope and healing. And if you've watched this video all the way through, that means you're already taking powerful steps. That means you care. And that makes all the difference. If you found this video helpful, please press the like button and tell me in the comments which food surprised you the most. Was it the quiet power of asparagus, the richness of sardines, or the versatility of spinach? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another video that might change your health for the better. Stay informed, stay empowered, and above all, stay kind to your body. You deserve a life filled with energy, ease, and joy. I'll see you again very soon in the next video.